Coach Ken Kraetzer, Canvas Media. Got to start by asking you about the play of Leo Lowen. Another big game last week against Holy Cross. He got 12 tackles all over the field. Had forced a couple of fumbles. Again, just tell us about how his game is just emerged at another level this year.
Yeah, I think Leo has always made plays, but now he's become a more aware linebacker in how to make plays quicker and aggressively. I think he's attacking the offense, and that's good for us. I mean, you see him these last couple of ball games, and to me he's improved as much as any player that I've coached over the years in one season. I think like I said, he's had a lot of success over his career, but he's playing his best ball now, and that's great for us.
Another player's been making a lot of plays. Quinn Hammonds, your safety. He's getting sacks. He's got interceptions, creating turnovers for you. He's been an impact player the last few games for you.
Yeah, sometimes those turnovers come in bunches. The hard thing is when you got to go several games without the turnovers or the takeaways. That's when it's at its hardest to perform defensively. But guys are attacking. They're attacking the line of scrimmage. They're attacking the ball carriers, and they're doing a great job of getting on loose balls. I think there was one that we knocked out. Maybe it's against UMass down there in the red zone, and it was probably around maybe it was inside the 10-yard line, and we knocked it loose, but it bounced right off of someone's foot and went right back to the ball carrier. So sometimes those the ball just bounces against you, but we've been able to get a lot of guys to the ball, and when we do get it knocked out, we got a lot of guys there to recover it. So. Interceptions too. I thought Q did a great job of setting up the throw, to down the middle and robbing it, and just read it perfectly and made a huge takeaway in a critical moment. Same thing with Leo. Leo did a great job of blitzing and coming through there and making something happen in his blitz. Sometimes guys just get tackles, and then sometimes you get the big plays with the takeaways. So those were huge for us.
Got to ask you about Jabari Moore's breakup of the 4th and 1 pass right over the line. He came from the far corner of the field. I talked to him after the game. I said, I was utilizing a lot of his 50 games of experience in college football to know where the ball was going to go and getting himself there to make the play. What did you see on that?
Yeah, we had a lot of players, bunched together because it was a condensed set, and when you have those condensed sets, you get a little bit more overlap, from one side of the defense to the other. And I think if you go back and you look at the majority of takeaways, from an interception standpoint, a lot of times it's when the quarterback doesn't see the guy that's outside of his vision, and you get that overlap. And this might not have been a interception, but it was a great pass breakup and great overlap by a corner that had tremendous awareness.
Hey, just last question about Coastal Carolina. It's on last year down in Myrtle Beach, and there's a question about their quarterback, Grayson McCall. He's got 10,000 yards passing, 88 touchdowns, but there's a question about whether he's going to be physically able to play. They've been playing a young quarterback the last game or two, I understand. How does that affect your planning when you're not sure who the quarterback is going to be?
I'll tell you what, last week it was the same one. Holy Cross had a quarterback that had played a little bit more for him in the previous couple of games, and we weren't sure which quarterback we were going to see. So you had to go into the game, with two different game plans, because there were two entirely different type of quarterbacks, and that uses up an awful lot of your time in practice. You may not get to see the plays that you want to see, every day, and get better and better at it, because you got to see, multifaceted, plays due to the one quarterback, the other quarterback, and then even a wildcat deal. So, going into this one, man, I just have a tremendous respect for Grayson McCall. He's had a great career. In the Sun Belt, he's Player of the Year. It seems like every year.
3 times.
Yeah, and just he's an incredibly celebrated quarterback that you do and you don't want to play against him. You love to see an athlete with such talent, but they make plays and you don't want those plays against you. So will he play in this one? I don't know. That remains to be seen, and you gotta prepare for him. But you also gotta prepare for the other quarterbacks as well, and that's what we're trying to do.
Thanks, Coach. I'm
Sure.
sorry.
Salary
Hey
Ken on
Nate,
Zoom.
Ken McMillan from the record.
Hey, Ken.
Hey Nate, quarterbacks aside, what does kind of Coastal present to you?
Tremendously talented offense that has, I don't know what their exact rankings have been over the last several years, but I do know that I've known Jamie Chadwell for a long time. He's not there anymore, but if you look at that offense, there's still a lot of that same scheme that he put in, and I have all the respect in the world for Coach Beck. He's done a great job wherever he's been, and he's put some other touches on the offense, but this is one that from a scheme standpoint, you gotta defend something coming downhill in a hurry. You gotta defend something off tackle. You gotta defend something out on the perimeter. You've got to defend the RPOs. You got to defend balls thrown down the field. You got to defend the whole field, and you don't get an opportunity to gang up on the ball. You're spread out because you got so many different responsibilities that you've got to take care of each play. And Coach Trickett is the offensive coordinator, and he does a tremendous job, I think, of putting his own touch on their offense and changing it up each week. There'll be something that we haven't seen on film that we're going to have to adjust to, and he's got a lot of talent to work with, and he does a really good job of using it. And those guys are routinely ranked, up there in the top of the rankings nationally offensively. So this will be a great challenge for us. We're looking forward to it.
Big difference the past 2 weeks is the defense is picking up some turnovers. What's happened in the last 2 weeks for that to happen? Were you just not dialed in for the previous weeks, or did you learn something and maybe tweak something that has led to the possibility of more turnovers?
No, I think we're dialed in each week. I think that we go into the ball game and we have a purpose, a philosophy, and guys do their best to execute their responsibilities in the scheme of the defense. But sometimes those balls bounce the other way, and I was just talking earlier about in the UMass game. In the second half, there was a play where we knocked the ball loose, caused a fumble down there in the red zone, and the ball bounced off of someone's leg and went right back to the running back, and he was the only offensive guy anywhere near the area of the ball. But so sometimes the ball bounces the other way, and then sometimes you get what you deserve. And I think the Air Force game was one where we attacked the line of scrimmage really well. We attacked the ball carriers, and we made them make mistakes, and we capitalized on it. And whether that was caused fumbles or interceptions, and this last ball game, same thing. We were able to get an interception on a ball that where I think the safety was outside the quarterback's vision, and just did a great job of setting it up, and and made the interception. Q did a wonderful job of picking that ball, and then we got the calls fumbled by Leo on a blitz, and he wasn't just satisfied with making a tackle. He wanted to make something happen. So when you got guys attacking with your pads out, you got a lot of guys around the ball, good things happen.
We had Elo Mendoza in here a few minutes ago. Can you just talk about his development? And he said that you just switched him from one linebacker to the other linebacker spot. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, we got 4 linebackers that we play every, 4 positions at linebacker, and Elo is so talented that he could probably play any one of the 4 positions. We started him out as an Apache, which is more cover oriented, to the field. But he was playing behind Jimmy Charlo, and Jimmy's having a great year. So we thought that we'd be able to get him on the field in some packages from a pass rush standpoint, better at the dog position. And he is, my goodness, he's going to be a tremendous pass rusher. But not only that, he's a guy that has great cover skills as well. And as I said before, he's probably a guy that can play any one of the 4 linebacker positions and do really well. But right now, I think that pass rush is important to us, and each day, he's come over and started to learn the position. He gets better and better. I think we've tried to put him in ball games, maybe before he's learned all assignments, at times, and I just wanted to get him experience. I wanted to get him on the field and get him accustomed to the speed of the game. And I just think he's going to be a guy that you hear his name an awful lot before he graduates.
Thanks, Nate.
Sure.
Do you have anything, Sal?
Yeah, Coach, just one question. I don't know if you've answered this yet. I apologize. Is Coastal that much different on offense this year than they were last year?
I think they do. I think they do a lot of the similar things that they did last year. I think the staff has embraced some of the really option elements that Jamie had put in their system, and he's also put a little touch of his own, on the offense as well. I think that I'll tell you what. What they do, they block the inside zone as good as anybody I've seen this year, and they can get the ball out on the perimeter. They can pitch it. They can run the option. They can run. They can throw the RPOs. Son of a gun. They can throw it deep down the field to Sam Pinckney. He's any 50-50 ball. Is not a 50-50 ball with Sam Pinckney going up for it. It's you got to really play great defense, to avoid the big play against these guys. And we've been fortunate over the last few games where we've kept points off the board, and I think that that LSU game was one that really everybody would like to have back, because it felt like we could do better than we did. And yet you go back and you look at this last ball game, I think that they played against who was it, Florida, and Florida gave up 52 points. So you move on with your defense, and our guys have done a good job of putting that back behind us and moving on, and keeping points off the board and creating some takeaways. But this will be the biggest challenge offensively that we will have seen since LSU.
Thanks so much, Coach.
You're welcome.
You're all set, Coach.